Had to reshoot this video because my audio got screwed up. So that was fun. Also my shirt, I don't know if you can see it. It says, I know what girls like. I don't know if this is a great angle for y'all to be able to see it. And it's, yeah, it's a fun shirt. I like it. It's cute. This is my tea. Hello, it's Max, and it's time for some more sexuality. Because it's Pride Month, because puns are fun, and because I'm original, I guess. So, as I said, I had recorded this video before, however, my audio got screwed up, so now I have to reshoot it. But thankfully, it is still Pride Month, and I still want to talk about all the Pride recommendations that I have because queer representation in fictional media is my shit. So let's go and let's start with some books. First off, I want to mention George, which is a very cute little book about a young trans girl who is figuring out her gender identity and figuring out that she doesn't like it when people refer to her as a boy and realizing she's trans. And it's just so cute and it's so good and I recommend it a lot and it's good. And next we have Star-Crossed, which, to be honest, I really wish that this book existed when I was this age because I found myself wanting to cry a lot because I needed this book when I was this age. This is a middle grade contemporary about a young girl named Maddie who falls in love with Shakespeare and also one of her classmates. So when her class is doing the production of Romeo and Juliet and the guy who is playing Romeo quits, her teacher offers to give her the part of Romeo with her crush, and it's cute and it's fun and it's wonderful and I love it, and this book means so much to me and I really needed it when I was this age, and just please read it, it's so good. And next we have Not Your Sidekick by C.B. Lee, which I have talked about in a previous video if you want to watch that. This is about superheroes and main characters who are biracial and bisexual, and it's great and I love it and everybody should read this series. This is a great series. I love it. I mean, I still haven't finished the second one yet, but I will. It's great series. Pick it up now. And now next I'm actually going to talk about an author, and that author is Jerry Hill. This is actually a trilogy that I read a long time ago, but I may have mentioned in one of my previous videos that I love crime dramas and crime procedurals and mysteries and stuff, and these books, most of her books actually, are like that. This is a trilogy, although first I would like to say be careful with this one because there's a trigger warning for sexual assault, and be careful. But it's good. I really love this series so much. And here are all of the other books of hers that I have read. Granted, I read these in college, so it's been a while, but I really enjoyed them, and I love crime and mystery, and I need me some more of that queer crime drama stuff all the time. So if you have any further recommendations, give me more lesbian crime stuff because I love it. And finally for books, I would love to recommend The Moment by T.C. Anderson. Now granted, this is originally a fan fiction for Rizzoli Isles, which I have feelings about. However, unlike 50 Shades, this fanfic is actually phenomenal. It is so good. I've read most of her fan fictions, and honestly, she deserves all the recognition all the time. T.C. Anderson, check her out. She's fantastic. She's a great author. She deserves all the publicity all the time, everywhere, 100%. I, however, would like to mention that this book has some very, very dark themes and some trigger warnings for child abuse and mentions of PTSD, and just it's pretty dark. So I would be very careful reading this one because it's heavy. It's a lot, but it's so good. It's so enjoyable. It's beautiful and I love it. Like, it's so good. Now let's talk TV shows. First off, I am of course going to recommend Xena Warrior Princess because my wife Lucy Lawless is in it and it's so sapphic. Now granted, this aired during a time period where queer shows like would have been nixed if they had been explicitly queer, so while it seems like it's queer baiting, it's actually not. And like even the cast and crew and everybody who was a part of this show once the series was over October was like, oh yeah, they were totally together. They're totally a couple. And by the way, like the 6th season, like they didn't even try to hide it. They were calling each other like partner and girlfriend and soulmate. So like nobody can argue with whether or not Xena and Gabrielle were together. Hold on, I need to turn off my alarm. Just had to turn off my medication alarm for a second, but I'm back. Where was I? Oh yes, TV shows. Next is, of course, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because that has Willow and Tara, and it's one of the greatest shows of all time. Full stop. Don't argue with me. Buffy is fantastic. Everybody needs to see it. Next, I would love to mention Will and Grace. Now, granted, I haven't actually seen any of the new episodes yet, but I remember loving the original series so much, and it just made me laugh every single episode. It was so fun. It was so funny. I loved it. Will and Grace is great. Everyone watch the original Will and Grace because it's hilarious and awesome. Let's talk about Legends of Tomorrow, which has a bisexual main character, Sarah Lance. And granted, it's one TV series in 4 CW superhero show type things, which means there are 2 4-way crossovers between that and Supergirl, which is another show that I wanted to mention. Supergirl, there you go, here it is. Flash and Arrow. So, if you want to watch all of them, you don't necessarily have to, but I definitely recommend Legends and Supergirl for queer representation because they've got them, but I'm obsessed with CW shows. You should watch them. They're great. But also like to mention Sense8, which is the best show ever made. Full stop. This is a fact. This is not an opinion. Don't argue with me. Sense8 is the best show ever. Watch it. Sailor Moon. I want to talk about Sailor Moon. I don't necessarily recommend watching the English dubbed version because then they turn the lesbian couple into cousins and that's a bit icky. So I definitely recommend the original Japanese version because Haruka and Michiru, Uranus and Neptune are actually together. They're actually a lesbian couple. That is canon, and I love Sailor Moon so much. And also it's just like season 5 is the queerest season ever, and also everybody is pretty much in love with each other and I love it. So like fucking Sailor Moon is great. Watch Sailor Moon. It's great. I also want to talk about the last 2, which are Lost Girl, which is about a pansexual succubus who is very sexy, and Wynonna Earp, which is basically, it's kind of like a Western Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and it's awesome. It's great. So yeah, watch Wynonna Earp. It's fantastic. And those were all the TV shows. Now let's move on to movies. First off, I want to talk about Debs, which is about spies. This is kind of an old movie. It's kind of schlocky. It's kind of funny. It's very silly, but I love it. It has a place in my heart, and I love Debs. It's great, and it's so cute. I love it. And then, But I'm a Cheerleader, which is actually, this may be a little bit to some people because it's actually about someone finding out that their child is gay and then sending them to a conversion camp, sort of. So, but it's a comedy, and I think it was written by queer people, so it's meant to be seen as like silly and stupid and fun and funny. So like it's not like the first time I watched it I was like conversion therapy, not cute. It's supposed to be kind of cringy and funny and awkward, and it's fun. It's a trip. I'm gonna talk about Imagine Me and You, which is a classic. Everybody should watch Imagine Me and You because it's great. And also Milk, which is historical and beautiful, and I know Sean Penn is in it, but it's still really good. I also wanted to talk about this film called Love Is All You Need, which was actually based off of a video that went viral, I believe, in like 2011, was about what if gay was the norm and what if straight was queer or gay or whatever. And it was basically, you know, a role reversal, I guess, of what it would be like if straight people were treated like gay people are. And I'd understand if you're kind of weirded out by like reverse oppression type stories, especially because it shows the queer people in not a great light because they're straight in the movie. but I still like it. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really well done, and it was actually made by queer people. So yes, that is it for movies, and now I'm gonna talk about web series. And of course, all the web series on Kinda TV I gotta recommend, because Kinda TV is amazing and queer and amazing. And also, the final thing I would like to recommend is Couple-ish, which is a web series starring a non-binary bisexual character. Y'all. It's about these two people, one person who's non-binary, Dee, and Rachel, who is British and doesn't quite have her visa yet. So they pretend to be a queer couple, and then they go viral on the internet, and it's all great. It's great. Just heed my recommendations. They're all great. They're all fantastic. Do it. This is sexuality, and I haven't had much of my tea, but here you go. That's the tea. That's the Pride Rex. My name is Max. I hope Pride has been good to you. I hope you are willing to explore all these new Pride recommendations. Please like, follow, subscribe. I also have Twitter. I also have Instagram. So please follow me on there. It's great, especially if you want some more sexuality stuff, because it's fun and because Pride and sexuality. All right. Ciao, everyone.